أسعد الله صباحكم بكل خير حضورنا الكريم، متابعينا عبر الشاشات، ضيوفنا الكرام. أتشرف اليوم في إدارة هذه الجلسة اللي هي بعنوان التخطيط الإعلامي في مواجهة التحديات والتحولات الرقمية. اليوم بنتكلم عن التخطيط لمواجهة الأزمات. الإعلام اليوم مثل ما أنتم عارفين مو زي قبل، الأدوات اختلفت، قنوات التواصل اختلفت، لغة خطاب الجمهور اختلفت. فمع هالتغيرات المتسارعة أكيد هالأمر أثر عليكم كجهات رسمية. خلونا نتناقش أكثر عن هذا الموضوع. أكثر من سؤال يدور براسنا وحابين نناقشه اليوم، اللي هي كيف تدير الجهات الرسمية الأزمات إعلامياً؟ كيف تضمن دقة المعلومات وسط زحمة الأخبار؟ وهل تغير أسلوب الخطاب الإعلامي اليوم بسبب تغيير طبيعة الجمهور؟ كل هذه الأسئلة وأكثر رح نجاوب عليها مع ضيوفنا. رحبوا معي بالأستاذ حسين محمد القحطاني، المتحدث الرسمي في المركز الوطني للأرصاد، وأستاذ دكتور بدر عبدو حكمي، عميد ومدير عام كلية علوم الأرض بجامعة الملك عبد العزيز، البرنامج التنفيذي لإدارة الأزمات والكوارث. أهلا وسهلا فيكم.
Okay. So speaking about, let us start with Dr. Badr. Dr. Badr, let me talk about the importance of planning or the media planning in the proactive management and risk management, and how do we develop them? For example, Jeddah floods and also the fake Hajj campaigns, and also the accelerated and the pushing into Al-Haram. How do you moderate these things? Thank you, Mrs. Iman, for hosting me in this special event. So planning and the media planning in the crisis times is very important. Let me start with the mean, or the very first mean, to move or to deliver the facts to the audience. What are the things that's happening on the real ground? What are the things that's happening really on the ground? So let me speak the right path guarantees the occurrence of any problems, and also understand and raising the awareness of the problem itself. Let me give an example on the bad planning or the non-planning. How does it affect our generation? Speaking about the Gulf War, for example, Sulaiman al-Isa, may Allah mercy his soul, and there was an attack on Saudi, and he was announcing the emergency case on all the districts of Saudi Arabia. And of course, it was not emergency on the whole districts, it was only on the city of Riyadh. But I think there was a lot of uncertainty and how do we prepare ourselves? Let me speak about the other face or the opposite face. Let me speak about the corona crisis. So Kingdom of Saudi Arabia managed corona pandemic in a proactive way and in a professional way, and even in comparison to the international countries did not do the same. So this Saudi citizen was able to know when he can come out of his house, when he can stay, how to wear the mask, the face mask. For example, there was no improvisions, there was no confusion, and I think this is because of the good planning in the crisis times, that we can guarantee not only the response of the audience, but that there should not be any case of confusion that might lead to losses in the lives or the properties. So you've mentioned Mr. Sulaiman al-Isa and his announcement in the Gulf War. These are crises that we have gone through, but I think the emergency announcements of emergency and also corona, did it happen that you have been astonished that one of the crises you've not been ready for? So as you all know that the crisis is scenarios or suggested scenarios. You suggest it, and also you suggest how to prepare for it. So did you pass through a case that you were not planned well, you're not ready? So this is a very good question, Mrs. Iman. I think Mr. Hassan Mr. Ihsan has also Hussein, sorry, he has gone through and the crisis. So within the Jeddah floods, we couldn't deal with the sudden floods, and we were surprised with heavy rain, that the level of rain has exceeded more than 115 ml. So I think we didn't have the good infrastructure, we were not ready. So of course this led to a case of confusion, and a lot of people has been unable to come back to their homes. They were not able to know where to go, what to do. So they were not. There was not even a single channel to give them information. So some of the people were out of their houses more than a day. So after that, in comparison, after 2009, 2009 for me was the crisis in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, was the natural crisis, was is not less than the development than Corona. In 2011, for example, in 2011, for example, we had the crisis of another floods, and it attacked Jeddah, but we did not find the same losses and the same number of losses, although the level of the rain was more than the level before. So this all because of the readiness and also the Center of Meteorology. I don't want to take the words or the speech from Mr. Hussein, but the advancements and development was really on a different level. So what do you need to do? What are the expected time? And today we are witnessing the floods, and the floods is happening and recurrent, but it's not recurrent with the same number of losses. So if we can explain for the audience here among us, what are the procedures that you take in the case of emergency? What exactly that happens if you have you got a meeting room? Have you got emergencies? Have you got who is in charge of giving the licenses or taking the decision? So how you take the procedures that you can moderate the crisis and fastly and rapidly and efficiently. So I think if the crisis, for example, if we talk about the health crisis like Corona, we can have the official entity, which is the Ministry of Health. But in general, when I speak about the fact in Mecca region, it's following the Emirate of Mecca, and also it gathers the specialists and expertise from all the different sectors in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Also we have the Geological Center and the Meteorology Center, and also we have the Operation Room, which is responsible for gathering collecting all the data and information, and then filtering it and analyzing it, and then taking the decision. After that, we can have the recommendation for the best practice and the best procedure that we can follow in this case. For example, if we have the flood case, then we can gather the data from the National Center of Meteorology, and then we can present these data and process it, and then define and identify the districts that can be affected, and also what are the expected level of the rain, and for example whether it's in north and south and east and west, and what are the expected behavior from the citizens as well. So also after that, following by the messages, the text messages on the mobiles, and then لا دكتور بدر, I will move the floor to Mr. Hussein Al-Qahtani, who is the official speaker of the National Meteorology Center. Mr. Hussein, how do you plan for in the digital transformation era? How do you communicate with the different entities? Of course, as you are related to the National Aviation Authority, and also whoever is planning the events, and so how do you plan and have the strategies in the era of digital transformation. Of course, in the name of God, thank you so much for hosting me today and having me today. So internationally, the communities face a lot of issues rapidly, and when they face a lot of crisis and consecutive crisis, then we say that the entity or the is the window for the audience to identify these cases. So whoever is suffering from managing this crisis, and here we can have the role of media in managing this framework. So as the doctor has mentioned, we have to take care of the community and the case under that side. So honestly, in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we have passed through a lot of crises, and one of them, which was in 2009, which is the Jeddah floods, especially which is related to the climate and the weather. And it was very important in decreasing the concerns and the worry among the citizens and among the communities. So the entities and entitled entity has exerted a great effort in order to put the framework to manage the circumstances and the crisis efficiently. Of course, the Meteorology Center was playing a great role, developed the media role, also has got great opportunities to develop the handling of such crises. So especially if we take in consideration that the Saudi communities after 2009 has become putting the phenomena or the weather phenomena as a crisis. So the governmental entities, and especially the Meteorology Center, was trying to participate and contribute in solving such problems. So today we have a lot of systems, a lot of important systems. We have committees and national committees. And today we have all of us know that Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has got also authority for emergency, which is an organizational entity, and I think that the National Meteorology Center is become capable of managing all the crisis and the media crisis, and today it's managing around more than 13 platforms that works across the clock and across the hour. And in case of having the crisis that really deserves to be tackled. So today I announced that the Meteorology Center has got a percentage of accessibility that reached to 87%, which is a great and a fact number and distinctive number, and it gives us an opportunity for enabling the communities and understanding and knowing the phenomenal or the weather phenomenal and climate phenomenal. So today also we have in front of us a big line and to reshape the community and to make an accessible thing. So the weather and the climate is not always stable. So it might be an opportunity for the good psychological impact. So you can move the community within a certain framework and reduce the impact that the community has lived in 2009, and also the so we have to say that climate and the weather is not something to worry about, and it's not a source of concern. Also tackling the entities or governmental entities, and of course we have reached a great level of positivity, but still we have the media tackling on the international level needs a lot of interest. So speaking about the platforms, everyone is talking, everyone is giving his comments, so even they try to warn people if there's tomorrow might be a storm or dust storm or whatsoever. So how do you tackle comments or the random comments and the chaotic things that's happening on the social media platform. Of course, if we come back to 2009 till now, the information about climates and weather and how to warn the community, it's a product or it's a famous product on the social media accounts. So we have these websites and these accounts for the influencers that shape a momentum in gathering these data, and you can give a mental picture. So honestly, I give you an example. So if you have an account on X, we have this account which is the agency of so the followers has exceeded more than 5 million 5 million followers, and its role is to follow the meteorology and the phenomenon, the weather phenomenon. So today the Meteorology Center has announced a platform that puts a framework so that we don't put the community and the society and the citizens under concern and under worry, without giving the opportunities to encourage the community towards moving the also we can put them under concern or worries or reflect unrealistic picture. Today we have a great problem here, and I think it's managing the social media platforms. So we have a high level of competency, and this is unsuitable from a media perspective. So today we have the official entities, even if they have a framework to move or to transform or to transfer the information. But we notice that all the social media accounts with the different nature, it's all about the delivering the message, but people are always looking forward to use the applications. So I think if people can reach out to applications rather than going to a official website, how do you face such things that you can attract people to use the official websites? So I think that there is a digital website and platform. Its role is to give the correct information, and there is an application has been launched. It's called Ajwa, and this application today is achieving or taking care of all the requests, and also following all the expected weather forecasts. And we work on the Meteorology Center, and we are achieving the goals, and we have a very high level of supervision and also followers as well. We have a big number of followers. Also we have the production center, which is a media production center. So we participate with the media forum, and also our colleagues who can visit the exhibition, which is under the Meteorology Center, and through that you can get the opportunities of following the forecast. So majority of the citizens in Saudi is aging between 30 and 70, and 70% are from the youth. Did you change the speech or the tone of speech? How do you choose the wordings? How do you change the wordings in a way that you cannot leave it in the same information and in an official frame, but it should be simplified in a simplified tone and wording? This is one of the most important challenges that we face on the different levels. So I think today we have the mental picture and mental image, which is how to handle the governmental entities. So today, whatever is being transformed and transferred on the social media accounts, Also, the governmental entities, honestly, I read that there is an exaggeration of putting the information on the social media accounts. We should work, and I've mentioned that all the influencers, they have to benefit from all the information, and we try to reshape it in a way that works to attracts all the followers. I have a comment here. Do you have entities that commit you or force you to use a certain kind of content? I think it's only an organizational points, but there is no resolution that achieve that you can. So today, honestly, you have mentioned a very important point here. Today, if you can upload a 1 minute video and you cannot follow a motion graphic, so you need a very little and light information on X. X is offering a light and easy information to reach all the youth. So the exaggeration of making things official can give an opportunity to non-following. So also we are looking and we are tackling and targeting the influences. Of course, in Saudi we have the northern and southern and the eastern and western. So we don't want the wording to be different. So we have different dialects in the different fields. So that's why these official websites should follow the special wording in the speech. For example, whatever is being understood in Najdi is different from the Hijazi. So for example, you can find a special message about in a Hijazi way. Maybe the other dialects or the other districts would not understand what's the meaning of this. So today we are using the word of the forecast today on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Then citizens, we can use some songs that is related to the climate. So today we are going to present simple information and simple facts, and we have a great role, but it's very important that we should have a clear picture to benefit from such accounts. Dr. Badr, I want to ask you, how do we develop the media sector? The media side, we have witnessed it and lived it together in Corona. So today when you see the available reality, so I think that Corona crisis has played a great role, and developing the media side is a need and it's very important. And I think in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mr. Hussein has mentioned, today we have the national entity for crisis management. So today, unifying this So even we have the Ministry of Media that supports spreading the news and information. So I wish that I witness any one of these centers that following the so the media and the crisis should be centric. And it should not be only from one side, even if the clash between and the conflict between the data and information. For example, the Ministry of So this creates confusion that is not less than the different entities. So the unifying the speech is very important. And also, I look forward to see media that are media people who are trained and presenters who are trained to deliver the azma.
القدرة على إيصال المعلومة له حضور كذلك استطاعت حقيقة. ووقت الأزمة خصوصا وقت مواجهة الأزمة تدفق المعلومات يصبح مهم، ووقتها بالذات تتداخل المعلومات الصحيحة بالمعلومات الخاطئة بالإشاعات.
So it's very important that that the media representatives should take the important and the realistic information, and also the propositions and the planning in the different timing of the crisis, and also training the representatives on the crisis and the propositions, whether in the floods or in the pandemics or whatsoever. So I think it's very important how to choose this kind of category of the citizens or the communities that we can understand and test their readiness. I also wish that I can witness the websites of the algorithms or the social media accounts. We can study the moods for the citizens in the different sectors. Also, today we have the artificial intelligence.
للشريحة اللي ذكرتيها اللي يشكلون أكثر من 60% من المجتمع السعودي، هذول ما عندهم الوقت اليوم زي ما ذكر أستاذ حسين إنه يدخل ويشوف نشرات مفصلة ويقرأ تقارير طويلة. هو يبغى فقط يعني شيء ملخص واضح بلغة بيضاء، بدل العجم نقول الغبار، الكل يفهم الغبار. فنستخدم اللغة التي تصل إلى قلوب الناس وإلى أنفسهم. أيضا اليوم شيء من الإحصائيات الجميلة اللي كنت أقراها، حتى منصات التواصل الاجتماعي لديها جمهورها من فئات عمرية محددة. على سبيل المثال لما نجي نتكلم منصة إكس على سبيل المثال، الجيل متوسطي العمر فالأكبر، بينما نجد الأصغر في العمر يذهبون إلى منصات أخرى زي مثلا التيك توك، زي السناب شات. فنحاول عن طريق أيضا نستثمر هذه المنصات حتى نصل إلى كل فئة من فئات المجتمع. هذه بعض الأمور التي أتمنى أن أراها في المستقبل القريب.
حبيت أسألك كيف تغير الإعلام في إدارة الأزمات مع دخول تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي وتحليل البيانات؟
زي ما ذكرت قبل شوية، الذكاء الاصطناعي اليوم يلعب دور أساسي في عملية. للأسف الذكاء الاصطناعي أيضا سلاح ذو حدين. الذكاء الاصطناعي اليوم يوجد لدينا إعلاميين افتراضيين يعتمدون على الذكاء الاصطناعي. هذا الإعلام الافتراضي هو عبارة عن خوارزمية تأخذ بيانات قد أحيانا تكون غير صحيحة وتطلقها. فمهم جدا أيضا لما نجي نقول تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي أننا نكون حريصين على أن تكون هذه التقنيات تدار.
So we have to be keen that these technical stuff should be moderated by the ministries, that we can employ them in taking the data and collecting the data. But we should invest it greatly because it helps in in a very short time to support the decision maker. And as I've mentioned, the mood is very important, and it leaves a great impact and leaves that we can analyze especially from the comments of the people on the different crises, that we can collect the comments and analyze it. We can also know about the categories in the community. So I believe, I wish to see focus and special focus on these technical stuff, for example, like the VR. So the representative, if he is in his place, it's very difficult to ask them to go to in the time of floods to go and see. But using the VR, and I depict him and film him as if he is in the place of the crisis. So if you allow me, Mr. I believe that his speech has really interested me, and regarding the specialized media, we are facing great problems. According to the Vision 2030, that there is no special media that contributes to shape and showcase the role of these entities. And also the crisis management, we don't have special journalists. And also in the level of Saudi Arabia, if we take the petrol and petroleum sector, we have less number of media. We deal with academia or some of the retired people from different sectors, and this is a great issue here. For example, in the chip in the Suez Canal that has been stopped, we were waiting that we can have an Arab media, whether on the governmental entity or the governmental level, and also the different channels like Al Arabiya and Al Jazeera. But we can depict and give a realistic media picture and managing this crisis. We have been astonished and surprised that all the media, they are taking the information from the Bloomberg and international, and we couldn't have the material with it other than the ship was there, the ship is still there, and it's out. So I think that the ports as well, we should have special people on the ports. I wish that we re-look into the matter and reconsider it, and also we should take the experience that has been happened in the PIF. So we should have entities and institutions that is capable to adapt and comply with the development and the rapid development. How do you train the media representatives? How to train them to be proactive? How to write the reports? How to write the articles as well? So I think this experience, we have done it before, but unfortunately the media representatives in this channel is doing a lot of work and playing different role, and he's not specialized. So our reporters or international reporters, they are specialists. So do you give them incentives? They need incentives, they need promotions. We did a lot of great effort in training them. And today I remember that I was a partner in the study of Bono storm in Oman. We found that the media was a crisis inside the crisis and needed a lot of solutions to come out from the hurricane. And also we were surprised that they needed some support, and they did not offer a good coverage. So today the specialized media is lacked, and also adapting the specializations, and today we are in need of a great media representatives that they are specialists in the different fields, in the crisis management. And today I can say that the community is transferring the information, not the source of information. So I think that the National Center of Meteorology and a lot of entities, they are playing great roles to raising the awareness among the media presence, but it's still individual effort. So I think that the specialized media, me and Mr. Hussein, we agree on that we need to mention and send a lot of media and specialized in and also know the mechanisms of data collecting and information collecting. So I think it's very important here to have role for the universities, and also the national entity for crisis management should be an execution entity. So there should be a collaboration between this entity and also between the universities around the world. So there should be efforts that should be available, but we wish that we should have focus on preparing those. Mrs. Iman, excuse me, I would like to say in the forecast and the weather, field, it is not necessary that the meteorology center should play all the media role. In the end of the day, I am an entity, and I have got a limited resources, limited budget. So today, the meteorology center in America is not presenting the weather forecast and weather news. So whatever is doing this is the CN. Today is BBC is doing the. So today I don't have. So this news has been cancelled 5 years ago. Today I need a official media presenter. So today these entities is paying a lot of money to achieve its goals, and Dr. Badr, Abdullah Al-Hakami, the Dean, King Abdulaziz University, and Mr. Hussein Al-Qahtani, the official speaker. I had a lot of questions, but we are running out of time. Thank you so much for your attendance, and I would like, if you would like to give a final word. Thank you so much for having us among you today in this important forum, and I think that Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is moving forward with great leaps in the different fields of tech. And I'm sure that next year we will witness a great success. And if we are going to be invited again, we are going to highlight the achievements or the great achievements to achieve more success. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the esteemed guests and attendees.